Hello guys, let us now discuss the perpendicular axis theorem. So according to this theorem, for two-dimensional object which is also called as lamina, the sum of moment of inertia of the object along any two perpendicular axes which are in the same plane of that 2D object and that is equal to the moment of inertia along an axis which is passing through the intersection point of that those two axes, and perpendicular to the plane containing that body. Now I'll explain you this in detail. That let us first of all consider a two-dimensional object. So you can see that this is a two-dimensional sheet and this is a two-dimensional object. Now there are two axes. The first axis is this one, this is x-axis, and the second one is this is y-axis, and these axes are in the plane of the object. So there is a third axis, z-axis, which is passing through the intersection point of these two axes and which is also perpendicular to the plane containing this two-dimensional object. So the moment of inertia, let us suppose that the moment of inertia of this object is Ix along x-axis, Iy along y-axis, and Iz along z-axis. So Iz would be equal to Ix plus Iy. So this is the perpendicular axis theorem, which says that Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Now there are some very important points which we have to remember in this theorem. But before discussing those points, let us discuss the proof of this theorem. Now this theorem can be proved by taking a point mass m, which is placed at a point which has a coordinate of x, y, and 0. So the z coordinate is 0 because this point mass is placed in xy plane. So the z coordinate is 0. Now let us find out the moment of inertia of this mass along y-axis. So it would be m into this distance square. Now this distance is x, so this would be mx square. Now the moment of inertia of this mass along x-axis would be m into y square, because this distance is equal to y. This is my square. And the moment of inertia of this mass along z-axis. Now z-axis is passing through this intersection point, and this axis is also perpendicular to the plane which is containing this mass. Now the plane which is containing this mass is xy plane, and obviously z-axis is perpendicular to xy plane. Now let us suppose that this distance is r, so Iz is equal to mr square. Now we also know that r square is also equal to x square plus y square. Therefore Iz is equal to mx square plus y square. Now mx square is equal to Iy and my square is equal to Ix. So Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Now let us discuss some important points which are important as far as applicability of this theorem is concerned. So this theorem is only applicable for two-dimensional objects such as sheets and laminas. Okay, so parallel axis theorem is applicable to all kind of objects, but this theorem, perpendicular axis theorem, is only applicable for two-dimensional objects which are like sheet or lamina. So this is a very important concept which you have to consider. Now second point is the fact that the formula Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. In this formula, this x-axis and y-axis are those two axes which lie in the same plane of the object, that two-dimensional object, and are perpendicular to each other. Now it is also important that z-axis is also passing through the intersection point of these two axes. So it is very important that in this formula z, x and y are those axes which are perpendicular to each other, and they are passing through a same point, and x and y axis are lying in the same plane as that of 2D object. Now for the third point, which is the intersection of these three axes can lie inside or outside the object, and it need not to be the center of mass of the object. In fact, it can be any point. So it is also very important that the intersection of these three axes should lie, intersecting point of these three axes should lie, can lie outside the body, inside the body, or it can be the center of mass of the body. It need not to be the center of mass, but it can be the center of mass, and in fact it can lie outside the body also. So let us discuss some examples of perpendicular axis theorem. So this is z axis, this is x axis, and this is y axis, and this is a disk. So the moment of inertia of disk about z axis is mr square by 2. We know that, and we can see that the x axis and y axis are symmetrically located in the disk. I mean to say that if I interchange the y and x axis with each other, then the moment of inertia would also remain the same, and they would be symmetric to each other. So I can say by symmetricity Iy will be equal to Ix. Okay, so Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy, and therefore Iz is mr square by 2, and that is equal to 2Ix or 2Iy. So Ix is equal to mr square by 4, and that is also equal to Iy. So this is the application of moment of inertia perpendicular axis theorem, and we have already calculated the moment of inertia of this disk about x-axis and y-axis. Now let us also find out the moment of inertia of this square sheet about y dash axis, x dash axis, x axis and y axis. Now this is the z axis, and we know that if the side of the square is a, then the moment of inertia of the square about z axis is ma square by 6. Okay, so this Ix and Iy would be equal to each other, because again the square is symmetric to both of these two axes, and I mean to say that if I interchange x and y axis with each other, then there would be no change in the appearance of the square. So I can also say that x is also perpendicular to y. Now similarly Ix dash is also equal to Iy dash, and x dash is also perpendicular to y dash. So Iz is equal to 2Ix, or it is equal to 2Iy, or it is also equal to 2Ix dash, and it is also equal to 2Iy dash, because Ix Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy, and Iz is also equal to Ix dash plus Iy dash. And we know that if Ix is equal to Iy and Ix dash is equal to Iy dash, then Iz is equal to twice of Ix, and Iz in this case would be equal to twice of Ix dash. So Ix is equal to Iz by 2, and Ix dash is equal to Iz by 2. So Ix is equal to ma square by 12, and this is equal to iy, and ix dash is equal to ma square by 12, and this is also equal to iy dash. So this was the application of perpendicular axis theorem, and I'll be bringing more numericals which are based on complete moment of inertia in the next videos. Thank you.